What is up, my beautiful guys, girls, gays and theys? Welcome back to I Said What I Said. Yay! Today I have a really fun episode planned. We're doing the confession booth, but a full episode of the confession booth. Because you guys go so crazy. I can't just sit here and say that I can only do about 3 in one episode. Because sometimes I'd be with a guest or doing a solo episode and I'm scrolling through the confessions that you guys put on Instagram and I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, what the hell? You guys are crazy and you are hilarious too. And I feel like we need to do more. So today, it's dedicated to confessions, guys. Completely and utterly dedicated. I have so many. Literally so many. It just goes on. And they're all funny as hell. So I feel like we should just get straight into it, to be fair. I'm going to try give advice. I'm going to try help you guys out. Or I'm just going to react. I'm just going to react. Because some of these I can't even advise you. Some of these are so crazy that I just have to sit here and let it marinate. And listen, I'm never going to judge. I'm never going to judge ever because we don't judge. But if it's so bad, I will judge because I can't control my emotions. So let's get started. Been seeing this married woman for 6 months and honestly, the most fun I've had ever. Okay, so we've got a few things to unpack. This is a guy, by the way. You met this woman, great. Did you know that she was married when you met? Because that's kind of like heartbreaker situation going on. You're messing up a marriage. Number 2, does this woman have children? Have a family? If so, girl, guy, come on. That's not that. I don't think that's a good thing to do. I'm going to be so real. But if you're having fun, like if she's having fun, clearly she is doing it for a reason. Clearly, she is cheating on her husband or her wife, I don't know, for a reason. So, like, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's that bad, but we're starting off on a good, strong confession today. You know what? If you're enjoying your time, then iconic. You're the reason I started liking trans women. See, I get this comment a lot. I get this comment about 15 times a day on Instagram, on TikTok. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that that's the weirdest thing ever. I know a lot of guys follow me. A lot of scary guys, actually. Like 50% of my following is men on both TikTok and Instagram, which doesn't surprise me considering that I am a trans woman and we get fetishized, but I want to know the reason why it was me specifically, because shouldn't we like all trans women? Like, it shouldn't be just about one trans woman. I mean, I think that it's a good thing that you now kind of respect trans women, but I don't know if you're saying that you just like, fancy, or attracted to trans women, or you respect trans women. There's a big difference. You can be attracted to trans women and not respect them, but you need to start respecting them because we're here and we're never going away and we're iconic and the dolls are iconic. And I'm glad I could serve my community, even if it's in a kind of backhanded compliment, but iconic nonetheless. I love my last situationship and would marry him tomorrow if given the chance. Baby girl. Wait, is this a man? Hold on. This is a man. Honey, if it was a situationship that wasn't serving you, why do you love them? Listen, I don't know the ins and outs of what happened, but you using the word situationship is enough to tell me that it shouldn't happen. And you'd marry him tomorrow if given the chance. Heartbreak emoji. Oh, baby. I feel so bad, man. I know what it's like to be in a situationship and you have a lot of love for them and it just doesn't work and it's not meant to be, but they still hold such a special place in your heart. I mean, I could name a lot of situationships that I've had that I will carry that little piece of them with me forever, because they'll be like happy memories and all of this kind of stuff. But what you've got to realize is that it was a situationship for a reason. If it was meant to happen, it would have, and it didn't. So you kind of got to move on and accept it. It's going to be hard. Yeah, have fond memories of that situationship, but remind yourself why it didn't go further than you might have expected. I have a friend group of 7 people. 6 of them are dating each other. 3 pairs. I feel left out. Whoa. I would hate that. I could not do that. That's not even third wheeling. What is that? That's 7th wheeling. That's 7th wheeling. I would not be able to hang out in that friendship group. I mean, okay, you feel left out, right? But why do you feel left out? Is it because they exclude you? Is it because they are in their little pairs and they're all having a fun time and you feel, oh, do I hang out with this couple right now? Or do I go with this couple to the function? Like, what am I doing? Where do I belong? And why don't I have a love? And I can imagine that being really, really difficult to deal with. I think I would struggle with that. There was an era where a lot of my friends were in relationships and I felt so lonely and I felt like it was such a me problem. But listen, baby, you're going to have to accept that if they're in relationships, they're going to prioritize that relationship. And that's kind of what happens. I think people are always capable of being in a relationship, but also prioritizing their friends. I think that's one of the most key things that you have to learn when you're in a relationship, is that your friends are just as important too. But if you're feeling left out, I don't know, maybe start searching for someone. Maybe start searching for that missing piece. And then guess what? If you find someone incredible and if you get along with them really well, you could integrate them into the friendship group. And then you could be 4 couples in a friendship group. How iconic would that be? That would be iconic. And you all just take on the world in your little couples, but also in a massive friendship group. I'd love that. That would be iconic. My mum says I mother my boyfriend too much. Interesting. So, I think that mothering your boyfriend can be good, but to an extent, okay? If your mum, who is the mother herself, is noticing the way that you do a lot for your boyfriend, but maybe he doesn't do the same for you, that's when there's a problem. You don't want that inequality. Also, I know a lot of mummies' boys, and they scare me. They really scare me, okay? I can't do that. I remember, here's a good example. At like uni, I used to know a girl that would be obsessed with this one guy. They weren't dating. They weren't even going out. I think they had a little something going on. Bro, this girl would come over all the way to his accommodation and clean his room. Sorry, what? Wait, what? What do you mean? You are going all the way to his accommodation to clean his room? And you're not even dating? I wouldn't even do that if I was dating someone. Actually, I'd help him clean his room, but I wouldn't take the burden on myself. Especially some boys' accommodation rooms is a dangerous, dirty place. And the fact that you're doing that I literally said to her, I was like, God, you're down bad. And do not become a uni mum, because that is the most dangerous thing you could do. But listen, regarding this person that has made this confession, if you enjoy it, and if you enjoy doing motherly things and you have motherly intentions as a person, like one of my best friends is literally mother. Serena, if you're watching this, you're literally mother. Like, she takes care of me and she loves taking care of me and taking care of others. And that's fine. If you don't want to listen to your mum, then don't listen to your mum. But if it's starting to become a thing where you are bending over backwards for this person, but you're not having the reciprocation, fuck that. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. And start mothering yourself. Period. I fucked my best friend from first year of uni in our friend's bed. We got caught during. Can I say something really fucking quickly? And it's actually something that I find so confusing. You got your own bed. Surely you have your own bed. Why are you beating in someone else's bed? Why are you doing that? What led you to that situation? So you're at uni, I assume you're in accommodation, you're in first year, okay? You met this person, well, you fucked your best friend essentially, right? In first year of uni, in your friend's bed and got caught doing it. I assume you're in accommodation, so why don't you have your own room? Why can't you do it in your own room? What is so good about doing it in your friend's bed? That's bad disrespectful. I don't fuck with that. If I walked in to one of my friends doing shit with someone in my own bed, my clean bed sheets next to my teddies, the disrespect. Absolutely not. Listen, sex is a very normal thing, but there's a time and a place. And surely you have your own place to do it. I honestly think it's disrespectful. And if you got caught, you deserved it. Okay? And I hope your mate was mad. Because I would be mad. Listen, go fuck in your own bed. Okay? Just please. Please. It's as simple as that. And if you can't find a place to do it, then today's not the day. Save it for another day. Okay? Please, friend's bed. The disrespect. Sorry, I'm really passionate about this. It's actually happened to me before as well. That's why I'm passionate about it. Was recently part of a four-way with two other trans girls trying to make a guy, but he couldn't. A four-way? So two guys and two trans girls. That sounds lit. That sounds lit. That sounds like something on a website. Do you know what I mean? That's crazy. But I wonder why the guy couldn't. Performance anxiety. It's not his fault. It happens. It happens. You can never judge. You know, I've never experienced that with another guy because I'm damn fucking hot. But if you've experienced it and you can't make him, you know, finish, then, oh, baby. See, I can't imagine going through that, but I can imagine it being heartbreaking. But the two other trans girls, that's iconic. That's iconic. Like a foursome, two guys, two trans girls, and I bet you were all stunning. I bet the dolls were stunning. I bet the guys were hot. I bet it ate the fuck down. Too bad for that guy, though. Maybe try again next time. You never know. Make an OnlyFans at once. This isn't a confession, but about 15 of these confessions are make an OnlyFans. Guys, no. I'm sorry. Here's my confession, okay? Here's my personal confession. I would love to. Listen, I would be so rich. Do you know how rich I would be if I had an OnlyFans? Do you know? I'd be in the hundreds of thousands. Do you know why? Because weird men are obsessed with me and want to pay me money every day. We should do an episode dedicated to reading my DMs. That would be crazy because it is a dangerous place. The minute I set up that OnlyFans, 3 days, a minimum 25K. Minimum. Do you know what? I charge like £20 a month, but I do it all on the messaging service. I read into it. I follow a bunch of OnlyFans queens. The Bop House, they're iconic. Sophie Rain, she made $45 million. She's 19. If all else fails, an OnlyFans may happen. But I have hope for myself that there won't be failure in my future. But you know what? It's not like I've ever been opposed to the idea. I'd do it well. I'd serve cunt on my OnlyFans. The photos would be insane. I'd look so good. And I could afford even more surgeries to look even better. Like, I could afford to go on the best holidays. I could buy myself a nice ass house, a nice car, learn to drive, buy my family houses, buy my best friends nice shit. Life would be great. And like, maybe I should. No, Loulou. Stop. You don't understand how tempting it is being like an influencer and like knowing that OnlyFans is possible, especially when you've had like a few months, maybe a few slow months. The thought just grows. It grows like a tumor in your brain, and you're thinking to yourself, damn, I'd be so rich and I wouldn't have to worry about anything if I just did an OnlyFans. Ugh. Fuck OnlyFans. Anyways, this is a sad one. I've only ever had a crush on one girl and it's never worked out. Everything I do doesn't change the fact that she doesn't want me. Oh, baby, no, this is awful because I actually know what it's like to have a crippling crush. A crippling. I'm thinking about an experience that I had in first year uni. I liked this guy a lot. And we were mates and we were friends and it was calm. But my crush was so crippling that it ruined my life. It literally ruined my life. All day, every day, thinking about it. What am I wearing today? It's because of him. How did I do my makeup? It's because of you. And that is a scary thing. Crushes are terrifying. And as you said, you've tried to make it work out, but it just hasn't. And that's really sad. But I'm going to have to tell you a really brutal, honest truth. If she doesn't want it, you're going to have to move on and accept it. Because at the end of the day, relationships, partners, it's a two-way thing. It takes two to tango. They have to like you just as much as you like them. And as much as that sucks because you feel like you're putting so much energy and effort in and they're not, you have to move on and accept it. And as much as that's rough, you will move on. And you can still have love for that person. Of course you can still have love for that person. I still have love for the crushes that I've had. But I've allowed myself to step away and realize this is only bringing me pain. So I have to move on. And it's sad, but it's the unfortunate truth. And you will be okay. Okay, you'll be fine. Listen, from Sister Loulou, you will be okay. You just have to try your best to realize that it's not going to be good for you to continue this stream of consciousness. And you're going to have to let go of this crush. You never know. One day, they might come to you. They literally might. It's happened to me before. I've had crushes and they didn't want me at the time. A few years later, message me being like, hey, and I have let them in because I'm silly sometimes. Listen, it depends on the person, but if they're honest with you and they do come back and they want something serious, amazing. Try it out. But just be wary sometimes because I've done that, let that person back in and they fucked me over. And then I've been down bad even more. So it's a dangerous slope. But I'm sorry that you're going through that. But my best advice is to try your best to move on. It's hard, but you will. Okay. I like you, but I'm straight. They're talking about me. Okay. I like you, meaning I like Loulou. They've put it on their confession, but I'm straight. Okay. Listen. Here's my word of advice to these fucking straight men that think they're gay for liking a trans woman. Okay, wait. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Here we go. Educating straight men 101. Okay? Trans woman. Trans. Gender binary. Okay? Woman. Gender binary. This has nothing to do with your sexuality. Nothing to do with your sexuality. Woman. If you're a man and you like a woman, you're straight. Listen, the trans element causes confusion. Essentially, that trans woman represents as a woman. They may look like a woman, they may act like a woman, they may sound like a woman. Everything about them screams woman. When they go out in public, that's their gender representation. Therefore, you are attracted to a woman. Simple. How easy is that? That means you're straight. Because you like me doesn't make you gay. Listen, I know that it confuses a lot of people because there is an element of queerness to a trans person. Being trans is being part of the queer community. And there may be an element of you that is slightly more experimental due to the fact that you are attracted to trans women. There's nothing wrong with that. Still don't make you gay. Still don't make you gay. It just makes you a little bit more, free. If I'm going to be totally honest with you, I think it's great. I think when guys, are attracted to trans women the same way they're attracted to cisgendered women, I think it just means that you're more sexually liberated as a person. Honestly, I think it's a good thing. And it is a good thing. What am I saying? It's a great thing. There's nothing wrong with it. And you need to stop telling yourself that just because you like a trans person, you're gay. You're fine. And you know what? It doesn't matter. Who the fuck cares? And you know what? If you like sucking dick, then yeah, maybe you are a little bit gay. Okay? Maybe you are. And who cares? What's wrong with that? But if you like a trans woman, you're still straight. You're just a little bit more free. That's my perspective on it. Anyways, thanks for admitting that you like me though. A lot of people like me. Lol. Ooh, I have a small pee-pee. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. It's about how you use it. Is it? Yeah, it's about how you use it, okay? You know what? It's about the motion in the ocean. Essentially. And I'm going to tell you something. Some girls, some guys, they don't want like a huge. They don't. For me personally, it doesn't really bother me. Do you know why? Because if you love someone, that kind of shit don't matter. Like the size of your boobs or like the way your downstairs looks. No, it don't matter. It don't matter if you like someone, who cares? And you'll find someone. Don't be insecure about it. Don't be insecure about it. I feel like you watch a lot of porn and you might feel insecure. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't watch porn because I find it dangerous. There's my confession. Guys, once again, your confessions go fucking crazy. And I love you guys so much. The fact that you're just freely confessing this to me. Obviously, we keep it anonymous. But I hope I could provide some good advice today. I really hope I could. Listen, I may be a little bit judgy sometimes, but that's the way you're going to get it. You're going to get the brutal honesty, okay? Leave more confessions always. Tell me what your favorite one was down in the comments. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of I Said What I Said, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.